Today, we shall explore one of the most astonishing criminal cases in Bolivia. Richard Choque Flores is a serial murderer, rapist, and con artist who exploited the justice system, resulting in a legacy of shattered lives. This narrative transcends the mere recounting of his egregious offenses. It also encompasses the systemic deficiencies that facilitated their perpetuation. Richard Choque Flores was born on November 9, 1988, in Bolivia. Limited information is available regarding his early life. However, his proclivity for criminal behavior became evident in 2011 with the occurrence of his first documented homicide. Choque enticed his cousin, Fidel Lacon Choque, with assurances of admission to a military academy and return for a sum of $5,000. Subsequently, he administered poison and ultimately decapitated Fidel. The family harbored suspicions of foul play. However, it would require several years before Choque was held accountable for the offense. The murder of Blanca Ruby Limache. In 2013, Choque employed a fraudulent Facebook profile to entice 20-year-old Blanca Ruby Limache. He abducted, subjected to torture, sexually violated, and ultimately murdered her. Subsequent to the commission of the crime, he solicited a ransom from her family. On this occasion, law enforcement successfully traced the ransom communications to him, resulting in his apprehension. In 2015, Choque was adjudicated and subsequently sentenced to a term of 30 years imprisonment for this offense, with no possibility of parole. Release and continued crimes notwithstanding his conviction, Choque was released in 2019 subsequent to the payment of a bribe amounting to $3,500 to judicial officials. He officially asserted that he was afflicted with a terminal illness that necessitated his confinement to the residence. While under house arrest, Choque established a fraudulent Facebook profile under the name Haid Mitzi Flores Alarcon. He disseminated advertisements soliciting domestic assistance, thereby enticing unsuspecting women into his scheme. Over a span of 2 years, Choque perpetrated extortion and sexual assault against as many as 77 women. In the year 2021, two adolescents, Lucy Maya Ramirez, aged 17, and Iris Malin Vilca, aged 15, were reported missing. Choque enticed them with deceptive employment propositions. Both individuals were tragically and violently murdered and subsequently interred in shallow burials located on his family's property. Police follow-up and arrest families reported that they received ransom calls subsequent to the disappearance of the sisters. Law enforcement officials traced the telephone communications to Choque's residence. In January 2022, law enforcement conducted a search of the residence and discovered the remains of Lucy and Iris. Evidence has also connected Choque to multiple instances of sexual assault and various extortion schemes. Courtroom drama and public outrage. Throughout the course of his trial, Choque exhibited a complete lack of remorse. He was formally accused with 2 counts of homicide, trafficking in persons, coercive extraction of funds or assets, creation of pornographic material, unauthorized possession of firearms. The case unveiled extensive corruption within Bolivia's judicial system, inciting public demonstrations. Individuals called for accountability regarding the officials responsible for permitting Choque's premature release. In 2022, Choque received a sentence of 30 years imprisonment without the possibility of parole. The case stands as a pivotal moment in Bolivian history, not solely due to the criminal acts involved, but also for illuminating the deficiencies within the nation's judicial system, psychological traits, antisocial personality disorder. Choque exhibited a profound absence of empathy, capitalizing on the vulnerabilities of his victims. Manipulation and deception. He employed fraudulent online profiles to entice victims, demonstrating his capacity for manipulation through deliberate charisma. sadistic tendencies. His actions, which encompass acts of rape and murder, underscore a gratification derived from exerting dominance and inflicting suffering upon others. Motivation, driven by a desire for power and control, Choque specifically targeted individuals he regarded as susceptible, particularly women, in precarious circumstances. Thank you.